And welcome to this week's video. This week we're leaving Whitby, we're leaving this place, and it's going to be about when we leave and how far did we get. The plan was to go to Newcastle. Here's the route: Whitby to Newcastle, Royal Quays Marina on the north side of the Tyne. I'll just show you the whole journey we need to do. This trip we're just going to get as far as we can. We're not bothered about getting all the way round, but we're going to go up the east coast to Inverness, through the Caledonian Canal to the west coast, and then down through West Scotland and into Whitehaven in Cumbria. That is where we'd like to be at the end of this season, but we're just going to go as far as we can. But first we had to deal with the engine. The engine was supposed to be fixed in the week leading up to the Thursday. We were going to be splashing into the water at 1 o'clock on the Thursday, and the guys who were doing it, they were just waiting for the injector pump to be reconditioned and given back to them. Monday, no luck. Tuesday, no luck. Wednesday, still no luck. And we were like, right, we've got 24 hours to get this injector pump in, make sure the engine starts, and get the boat in the water so we can set off this weekend, because Saturday was a weather window before some winds picked up. So Thursday morning, 10 o'clock, they turn up with the injector pump. We now have 3 hours. By 12:15, this happened. We now had the engine running. Everything was fine. We were going to go in the water as planned at 1 o'clock. Of course, it's all a bit of a rush. I just about had time to run down to the marina office to find out where they wanted me to go once we were in. We're back in the water at last. If it's only taken 3 months. And we're in. The satisfaction of being back in the water is overwhelming. Shell has the honours of putting the red duster ensign in the flagpole for the first time on the water. As I'm sitting there in the evening, I think about what we've actually achieved to get to this point. Myself and Mark have always been drawn to the sea, and we've had a go of sailing and stuff, but growing up in Salford and Bury doesn't really grant you many opportunities for ocean sailing. The closest I got as a child was watching the racing on Elton Reservoir. We were finally fulfilling a dream. I must admit, it still feels like a dream. Provisioning's done. She's tucked up, ready for adventures. The calm before the storm, as it were. We are about to leave Whitby. We've got charts, passage plans, pilotage and routes ready for a 3 AM start. What a perfect morning to start our first ever journey by ourselves with no instructor or skipper. We have fledged and left the nest. The sails are up, the boat is balanced, we're on our way. It's such a beautiful sky. We've got a full main up, we've got a full jib up to get the most of this light breeze, and we head out to the marker buoy, we turn left and we keep going. But you know the saying, red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in morning, sailor's warning. Is this a sign of things to come? The sound of the waves coming up against the hull, it really did make me feel quite emotional. I've been waiting for that sound for a long time. The wind's picked up slightly, so we reef the sails, and it is still extremely enjoyable. You can start to see here how the waves are going in two different directions. The swell's coming in from the east and the wind is picking up and coming off the land to the west. And those opposing waves make for a really disturbed sea state, which causes problems later in the day. The wind and the sea pick up again. We only have a small amount of sail up now. This weather isn't supposed to change for another 10 or 12 hours, but you can never tell. You have to always have a plan B. Then what comes next? What lies ahead? These thoughts started filling my head. We have plans, but plans change. We know that. So let's just see what happens. At this point we're passing Hartlepool. We can dive in there if we need to, but everything is still okay. You can just see the coast on the horizon. We're about 7 miles offshore here. Another boat, Tico 2, thank you very much for your help, Tony, who left Whitby at the same time as us but went further offshore. It comes back in towards the coast. We watch them put their sails away and they start to motor towards the coast. And we decide actually that's a really sensible idea, and we do the same. Luckily it was just in time. After this, I stopped filming. The sea state started to pick up more and more. You might have been able to see that the westerly wind was coming and the easterly swell, and they were meeting each other and the waves were just getting bigger and bigger. The wind picked up about 6 to 12 hours earlier than it should have done in the forecast. It caught quite a few people out, including us. So from then on, I didn't film anything. It was our first passage on the boat. It was first passage on Freya. We were still getting used to everything, so the last thing I wanted to be doing was trying to film something. We just needed to get somewhere safe. So we decided to bring all the sails down, get the motor sorted and head into Sunderland. Sunderland is just south of the corner of Newcastle, but above Hartlepool. We could have gone back with the tide and everything and gone to Hartlepool, but we thought, right, if we go for Sunderland, at least we're that little bit further north, which is where we wanted to be. So we went for Sunderland, and we're glad we did. There's no way going to Newcastle was even feasible that day. Got us to thinking Freya just did not want to go to Newcastle. It was really weird. Every time we said we're going to Newcastle, something went wrong. Now, as soon as we said, right, we're not going to Newcastle now, everything picked up again. So it was really weird. So anyway, we ended up in Sunderland. And in the next video, next week, you'll be able to see a little bit more of what happened there. Thanks very much for watching. Please carry on liking and sharing. All the views I get and any subscriptions I get are really, really helpful in growing the channel, which means I can spend more time doing the videos, getting better equipment to make better videos and share them with you. So thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.